Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Instagram. I've got the live stream going, and good morning, Facebook. So glad to have you here. Now, if you've got access to the Zoom link, jump on the Zoom. I've posted it in the Facebook Live there. It's also in the Superconscious Entrepreneur community. The best experience you'll get is on the Zoom, but if you're streaming, that's all good. Welcome to day 3. So excited to have you here. It really is just an honor to be sharing this work with all of you. And wow, what a incredible last couple of days has been. We've gone through so much content, so much work. And how was yesterday? I just want to recap on yesterday. We actually went through the different types of structure and where we place the power, how we become this victim to our circumstance, and actually how to shift where the power comes from. When you get into the creative structure, you actually return the power to you. You create what you love from that place of an unlimited possibility that you are the creator of your life. So structure allows us to actually move towards what we love with ease. Getting into the creative structure is number 1, is so important in this work and as becoming a super conscious creator and returning the power back to you. That's what this is all about. It's becoming a super conscious creator where we move from being reactive to life, being the victim, letting life happen to us, to moving into more of a being responsive, like responding, thinking before you speaking, responding to life as it happens. But we're actually in this super conscious work, we're taking it that one step further, and we're actually being the creator of our life. So we take back our power that we have been given. It is innate to us. This power is innate to us, right? So we're returning the power to us when we get into the creative structure. We remember who we really are, a creative spirit having this human, physical, emotional experience. And then we actually got into, we discovered the 4 core orientational choices. So when you start living from this perspective, you actually, you come to that magnetic moment. You start becoming the creator of your life. You stop living in the past. You stop living in the future, and you actually live in the present moment. You have no resistance to the past or future. Nothing is better or worse. It just is. And from this place, when you orientate from the 4 core orientational choices, you actually are so satisfied with where you are now. And it's from this place of neutrality, of satisfaction, that you choose to create more of what you love in your life. And then we actually went through a forensic healing awakening journey. We tapped into the Akashic records and we downloaded your talent, skills, and abilities from the Akashic records. And how was that process for everyone? If you're on the replay, you can actually go back and have a look at that session and do the replay again. Do it again. And then we actually went through what are ineffective choices, ways in which we create ineffective choices, and how to actually make a true choice, how to start choosing what you love. In there, we found some of these sabotaging identities, which we're actually going to go through again today. And yeah, that was yesterday. I mean, that was a huge day. Who's been here for the whole journey? Let me know in the comment box. Who's been here from day 1, either on a replay or live? Let me know. Today, day 3 is really exciting. This is all about becoming your new identity. This is about remembering who you want to be tomorrow. And when we create this energy and this structure, when we remember who we always are, who we want to be, who your future self, you're actually declaring that. You're choosing it. You don't give the brain any other options but to have it, to choose it, right? The way we remember the past is exactly the same as how we remember the future. And this is your superconscious perspective. The superconscious knows your future, knows your past. And so when we remember, we actually draw that into our being and we get to be it. So today is all about being it now, finding what you love. We're going to go through some of these 6 sabotaging identities. And their identities that take our focus and take our power, and we choose, make decisions based on fulfilling these needs, right? We're actually going to step into an experience of what it feels like to choose from this dysfunction and choosing from the superconscious. And then we're going to move on to stepping into your heart. What do you love? What inspires you about life? And really getting into your values. What do you value? Right? And we're going to start building out your identity, refining, acknowledging, discovering. And in the second half of this session, we are going to solidify all of that. And we're going to do a process in becoming your new identity. And we're going to harness the power of all of your influences and your inspirations and actually create that identity and fully embody that identity. So what you need to prepare for this session, if you've got a pen and paper or something to scribble on, or digital documents, that's fine, but have something handy. So go and grab that now. You want to take some notes for this because it's going to be a bit of a process that we're going to do. I'll write it out on the whiteboard, but it's actually more beneficial if you actually have a pen and paper and you write it down. So grab that ready, have that ready for when we go through the processes. Okay, so I want to start with these 6 sabotaging identities. So they're beliefs that are present in most people. Now, you might have a little bit of all of them. I know I can relate to every single one. And they're actually created, these 6 sabotaging patterns are created through the individuation process. It's about, we create them, it's a process of becoming that limited individual that we are, right? It's a normal process that we experience at becoming an individual. So, but we take them on and then we forget that we are also an unlimited creative energy. And so in an attempt to overcome these beliefs, our identity gets in the way and gets caught up in the belief. And so you can never really escape it. So you spend your entire life fulfilling these identities. So the first one, and I'll write them up. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. So this person is making choices to prove their worth. They'll always make choices about others and about the world and society to prove their worth. So once they've done enough good, they will be worthy, and then they can have what they want. They don't just go for what they want. They actually have to feel worthy in order to have that, to feel deserving of having what they want. right? Who you can relate to that one? Very, very, very common one. And it shows up in different ways for different people, right? Well, give me a one in the chat box if this is your core wounding, right? And we probably have a little bit of all of these, right? Number 2, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. So the I'm not good enough wounding, you'll set a goal to achieve lots of things to prove that you're good enough. So it's all about proving yourself. You've got to be seen as good enough, and then you can go for what you want. They'll always find things to prove about themselves. They've got to prove their worth, prove that they're good enough to actually have the thing. Right? Another very common one. Put a 2 in the chat box if you resonate with this one. Number 3 is I'm insignificant. I'm invisible. This one's all about status. So I'm insignificant. This person will have all of these choices to create significance, to be seen, to be of importance, to have status, authority. They won't actually go for what they want until they find that they can prove themselves right? They can find that significance. So this is, they have to be seen. It's about status. Let me know if this is you. The 4th one is I don't belong. I don't belong, another very common one. All of them are very common. So this person is always trying to fit in. This person will set goals just to fit in and to be attractive enough to be loved and to create something to belong. They want to be part of this belonging. They need to fit in. They will do everything they can to avoid rejection at all costs. Because if other people reject them first, then they actually won't set themselves up in a position to be rejected. They never want to be the rejected one. They have to fit in. So they have to conform. They'll never actually go for what they want. They'll probably go for something that everyone else that they know everything, everyone else will accept it. Right, so they'll never actually go for what they want. They just want to belong. They want to fit in. The 5th one is I am not capable. I'm not capable. So this one is all about needing to know, needing to learn more. I need to know enough. I need to have more knowledge. So this person, all their choices will be about needing to know more, have more resources. And when they finally know more and have more resources, they'll finally be able to do what they want. Their life is surrounded by about having enough knowledge and money and relationships and time and resources to finally live the life that they love. When they've got all of this stuff and all of this knowledge and all the things, then they can love their life. But they lose their truth in this search for the resources. They lose who they are. They're not actually going for what they want. They're going to be capable, to have justification of, that they know enough. Let me know if that resonates with you. Let me know in the chat box. And the sixth one, I hope you can all see this. I'm not sure how far the whiteboard goes. But the sixth one is I need to be perfect. I am not perfect. This is one of my biggest woundings, right? So I won't show up unless it's perfect. I can't be seen as not perfect. I need to fix myself in order to feel perfect. I need to be perfect in order to be worthy and have what I want. I need to control myself and how the world and others see me in order for me to actually have what I want, to have that permission. I must be perfect because only perfect people have success. So all your goals are about how to need to act, the perfect way to act, feel, and think. Let me know which one are you? I'm unworthy. I'm not good enough. I'm insignificant. I don't belong. I'm not capable. I'm not perfect. Let me know which one you resonate with. That's we probably have a little bit of all of these. These are the main ones, the main core woundings, amongst others. So, and these identities will sabotage. It'll always take your focus instead of going for what you love, right? So I want to do a bit of a process here. Now that you this is your dysfunction, right? This is how we are dysfunctional. So I want to do a bit of a process now just to kind of really solidify that. This seeing the difference. So I just want you to think, what is one thing that you'd like to create? So one thing, something more than anything else in the world. And when you've got everything you want, more than the 4 core orientation, just think of one thing. There's, it might be material, not material, whatever it is. I just want you to think of something that you want, that you want to create. You got it? Right. Everyone should have at least something. It's not trivial. Now I want you to just close your eyes for a minute. And I want you to step into this desired reality, this creation, step into it from the perspective of your superconscious, your creative genius, from your heart. And just notice how you orientate, how you operate, and how you create it. How do you create that? From your genius, from your heart, from your superconscious. How do you act? Just want to give you a moment in this. Okay, now open your eyes. So what do you do when you're in this perspective? How do you flow? How do you feel? Just notice that for yourself. Write it down if you need to, and share in the comments. How does that feel when you're operating from this perspective? Just notice how it feels when you're from your superconscious. All right. Okay. So now close your eyes again. Now same result. I want you to step into the same result, the same creation, but view it from your dysfunctional identity, the one that was most resonant with you, your dysfunctional identity. The person who believes you can't do it, you're not worthy, you're not worth it, you don't deserve it. And just notice, what do you do when you're in this perspective? I just want you to just witness it, notice it, and how you go about creating it. How do you act? How do you feel? Different, right? So just open your eyes now, and what do you like when you're in this perspective? What did you notice that's different? Yeah, it feels a little bit icky, right? Yeah. So is it true that you can live from both perspectives? From your superconscious perspective and your dysfunction, right? But what's the difference? With your dysfunctional identity, you just do what you know. From that limitation, you do what you know. From your superconscious identity, you just go for it, right? You don't even think, you just go for it, you create. It's not that we need to fix ourselves. We just need to change the orientation of how we view things. There's no outcome that is better or worse, right? So what are 2 or 3 things that you're going to notice and shift your perspective from this process? Just leave the dysfunction. Don't give it energy. Don't give it focus. Don't give it your power. Let it go. And choose to orientate from the creative structure, because you just love it. How much better does that, how much nicer does that feel when you choose to create from your superconscious, when you just step into that orientation? Feels better, right? It feels good. Yeah, powerful process. I love doing that. We're going to do a lot today. Really excited for it. So now you know a little bit about your dysfunction. I want you to take your notepad and pen out, and I want you to write down a few things. We're actually going to go into some of the things that you love, right? This is going to help you to create your choices. It's a really great process to help you create what you love. What do you choose? Okay, so everyone's got a pen and paper ready, and just take some notes. And if not, just, you can just think about it. So I want you to write down what inspires you. What inspires you? What is it that gives you energy? Who inspires you? Is it a person? Is it an experience? Is it a place? What is it? Is it your dog? Is it, and notice the emotion attached to that experience. What inspires you? How does that make you feel? And what makes you happy? What do you enjoy doing? What makes you so happy? Do you have a hobby that you just love doing? Is it going out in nature? Is it connecting with friends? Is it sewing? Is it painting? What do you just love? What makes you so happy? What fills your heart? What is it? Just write down a few dot points. And how does that make you feel when you write those things down? Why do you love that so much? Why does it make you happy? And I just want you to think of something that you stand for in this world. What is a cause or something that you would stand up for, you will speak for? If you had all the money in the world and all the resources and all the knowledge and all of the things, where would you actually spend your time doing? What would you stand up for? What would you donate to? What would you contribute to? What would you stand up for? It might be, animal cruelty, animal welfare, domestic violence, whatever it is, have a think about that. What do you stand for? And on the tail end of that, what don't you stand for? What will you just not tolerate? Or what's something you just won't tolerate? in this world? It could be personal to you, it could be worldly, whatever it is. You know, what do you stand for, and what will you just not tolerate at all? Think about that. And what is it that you would wish for the world? What do you wish for the world? What would you just love to see in this lifetime, for this planet, the world, for the people in it, for the animals, the environment? Just take a few notes there. I know we're going through this quite quickly. You can always catch the replay to do it in more depth after this. But I just want to touch on a little bit of your heart, of your soul. And what do you have for others or the planet? What's your gift? What's your gift for the world? What would you love to contribute? What would you just love to give? What is your gift? It could be anything. It could be small, it could be big, whatever it is. What is just personal to you? What is your service to the world? What is your gift? Right. So I hope that's kind of given you a little bit of an insight into who you are, what you stand for, and your heart, what you value. And I just want to take it the next step. So I want you to look at your past. And we're gonna look at what's important to you. So I want to define your values. And this goes through a few steps, because what we value, we focus on. And what we focus on, we create. So if you look at your past, what was important to you? What showed up for you? What was important about your life? What did you spend your time doing? Just want you to look at unpacking the past. What did you value in the past? What was important to you about life? Up until now, if you were to look back at your life of what's happened, what was important to you? What's shown up? Was it family? You know, you spent a lot of quality time with family. Was it work? Was it your career? Was it education? Is it spending time with friends, traveling, spending time with your dog? What actually showed up in your life when you look back? What was there? What was present? Just have a few dot points about that. I just want you to notice that. I just want you to notice what showed up for you, what valued, okay? And now we're actually going to unpack what is going to be important to you about your life in the future. So moving forward, if someone looked at your life and would say what you valued, what would you like them to say about you? You know, what would you like to see? What is going to be important about your life moving forward? Would you like to spend more quality time with family? Would you like to have more self-care days? Would you like more freedom? Would you like to earn more money? Would you like to connect more in the community? Would you spend more time with family? I just want you to unpack that for yourself now, is what's important to you about your life moving forward? If you could paint your ideal future, what would be your values? What do you value? What's important to you about life? And in this moment, I want you to remember who you want to be tomorrow. Keep that in mind. I want you to remember your future self. Really acknowledge who they are, what they value. Just spend a few moments just really allowing yourself to go to that place. Let me know in the chat box when you're ready. We can move forward. And so now with all of that in mind, you've got an idea of who you are, what's in your unique thumbprint, right? Your heart. It's unique to you. It's important to you, your values. And so we want to take this identity, this future identity, and we're going to take it through a process called the identity matrix. And it's going to be, you can either do this process standing up or sitting down. And what we're actually going to do is harness yourself, your identity, your future identity, your ideal self, what you love, everything unique about you. And we're going to infuse that with a few other elements, a few other identities. And it kind of looks like this. Okay. That's you. So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8. So if you've got a pen and paper, I want you to draw this up, this matrix up in the board. And I'm going to go through each of the numbers and what we're going to put in there. Okay. So number 1. So this is you, this is your style, this is your unique self. And in number 1, in box number 1, we're actually I want you to write someone who has the perspective or outlook on life that you would like. So someone that just has a really good, awesome perspective on life that you would like. It can be someone famous, it could be someone you know personally, family, whatever it is, friend, but someone, like Richard Branson or Chris Duncan, who is the founder of this work. Someone, I want you to write someone that has a better outlook on life. Okay, someone with a better outlook on life. That's number 1. So just write someone down. It don't need to overthink it. Just have someone there. Number 2 is a fictional character. A fictional character who has attributes that you would like, right? So a fictional character that has attributes that you would like. You can think of the Avengers. You can think of, Beauty and the Beast, Ariel. whoever it is, just a fictional character. Just a fictional character that has attributes that you would like. Wonder Woman or Batman, Superman, just a fictional character, maybe someone from a book that you've read that has attributes that you like. Okay, how are we going? Number 3 is a family member or ancestor who supports you. So this can be, it could be your mum, your dad, it could be a family member, your sister, brother, it could be a cousin, it could be a friend, but just someone that supports you. Someone that just supports what you do, supports you, that has energy that supports you. Okay, it's number 3. Number 4 is a wise counselor who has wisdom to give. A wise counselor who has wisdom to give. This could be a mentor. This could be Gandhi. It could be Mandela. This could be someone, a teacher. Someone could be, someone that just has wisdom. Just a wise counselor who has wisdom to give. Okay. Number 5 is a role model who has what you would like to have. So someone who is already where you are. Someone who's already in the end result of what you're choosing to create. So just a role model. That's number 5, is a role model. Someone who's already got what you want, what you're creating. Okay. Number 6 is someone that you love and adore. So this can be an animal. It might be someone that isn't alive, but just someone that you love and adore. Someone you love. It's number 6. All right, should be easy, right? Someone you love. It could be a pet. I always put my dog down. Go for it. Number 7 is you, but one step further and closer towards your creation. So it's you, one step closer to your desired reality. So it's you, but just one step closer. Just jot down just that one step. You're just a little bit further ahead, okay? And then number 8 is also you, but at the end of your life, looking back at all what you've created. Okay. So it's just you, just at your end of your life and looking back of what you've created. Okay, so if we got that, so the first one is someone who's got a better perspective or outlook on life that you would like. Number 2 is a fictional character with attributes that you would like. Number 3 is a family or ancestor that supports you. Number 4 is the wise counselor that has wisdom to give. Number 4. Number 5 is a role model that has exactly what you want. It's already in your end result. Number 6 is someone that you love. or it could be, you know, an animal or someone. Number 7 is you, just one step closer towards your creation. So your future self, one step. And number 8 is you at the end of your life, looking back at everything that you've created. We got all that? Okay, cool. All right. So now what's going to happen? You can do this in 2 ways. Now you can do this sitting down and you just imagining you're going through this matrix, or you can actually stand up, and standing in the star center, and every time we actually step back or into each of these spots, right? So I will guide you. So you don't need to have your eyes open. You don't need to remember any of this. You just need to know what character is in each of your numbers. You can, if you need to open your eyes to just look down and remember what that is, that's fine. You can do that. But as I guide you, I'm actually going to guide you to step back into these sections. So if I'm standing here, number 1 is going to be my left, back left, right? And then I come into the center. Number 2 is going to be directly behind me. So I physically step back into that position and then into the middle again. And I will do that for each of those numbers. So I'll guide you. And who's ready? Who's ready to harness the power and energy of these characters, these identities? Okay, so when you're ready, either sitting down or standing, just taking a few breaths. Just a few conscious breaths, and just imagine that you're in the middle of the star. I just want you to close your eyes down now, just taking a few breaths, and just imagine that you're in the middle of the star. And I'll talk you through it, so you don't need to list it all out. I just want you to choose to get the most out of this. Choose to step into a new version of you. Choose to gain energy from all of these perspectives and people and energies, to gain a new orientation in life, a new identity, your future self, your ideal self. Choose to get all of that. Now, as you are in the center star, now move back to your left, square number 1. Choose to be the person who has a better perspective on life. Become them. See them with their eyes. Hear with their ears. Breathe through their lungs. And just become a person who has a better perspective on life. What do you think about life? What's important to them? How do they think about challenges or their end results? How do they think about creating? What's it like to be this person? And what is it that you would love to carry forward from this person? What energies, understanding, outlook, perspectives would you like to bring into your new identity? Could be a feeling, it could be an understanding, a notion, could be focus. What is it that you want to grasp? I just want you to take that energy and surround yourself with it. Feel it, bring it back, get to immerse yourself in this and bring it back, step back into the center square, the center box, the center of the grid. And I want you to place this in here, plant this seed, this better perspective on life, and just breathe it in. Now, directly behind you in box number 2 is a fictional character who has attributes that you would like. I want you to step into box number 2, directly behind you. Become this fictional character. Become them now. Notice how it is to be them. What attributes and skills that they have. What's their characteristics? What's their special powers? What would it feel like to be this person, this character? You have access to all of that, and just notice how it is to be there. And then just decide, what of their attributes or skills or understanding would you like? What part of their identity do you want to take on as your new identity, as you're creating? I want you to take that feeling of this fictional character and their attributes and step it back into the center box, the star, and add everything that you'd like to add from this fictional character into this star, into your identity. And I just want you to build it up there. I want you to build up this outlook and better perspective of life, the characters, the behaviors of this perspective. I want you to just build it up. Now, box number 3 is behind you to the right. So step into box number 3. This is someone who supports you, a family member or ancestor, and step back to the right, into box number 3, and feel it. Feel what it's like to be someone who just supports you. What's it like to just be completely supporting you? Just wanting to see you do well. What's it like to be this person? How does it feel? Where in your body do you feel that? What do you think about? What's good about this? What does this person really want for you? And I want you to take this feeling of support and love and bring it back to the middle star. Add this feeling of love and support to the feeling of the magic and wonder of this fictional character and this new perspective, and add it all together like this big cauldron. You're just adding all of those characters together in this center star. And now box number 4 is directly to your left. Step into this box, box number 4, and become that wise counselor who has wisdom. And notice in yourself how it feels to be someone who knows what you should do. What does it feel like to have this knowing what you should do? Just become this wise counselor. Breathe into their body and become them. How does it feel to be someone who knows what they should do? It's a good feeling. Ground yourself into this feeling of knowing. Just take a breath and bring it back to the center. Add this feeling of knowing, this feeling of wisdom and knowing what to do. Bring it back to the center star and start to feel this new you, this new identity that knows what you should do, that shows love and support to themselves, that has magical abilities and an outlook on life that is just right. Feels so good. And now the right box, number 5, is a role model. So directly to your right, step into this role model, someone who has what you have, what you would like to have, a role model. Step into box number 5 and become it. Become it. Become the person who already has that which you're wanting to create. And notice what that's like. How is their life since they're already doing what they want to do? What do they do on a daily or weekly basis? How does it feel to be in their body, to be it, in their desired reality, their creation? Become somebody who already has what you desire. Feel the feeling of successfully completing this end result. Feel the feeling of a dream come true. Feel the feeling of heaven on earth. Feel the feeling of having it all now. How good does your end result feel? Bring this feeling of your end result back into the center and mix it and add it to your new identity. Add to the feeling of this end result, to the wisdom of knowing what to do, to the supporting you that you get from a loved one, to the magic of this fictional character and a better outlook on life. And just starting to grow into this new way of being right now. That's right, just like that. So good, it feels so good. And just breathe into that. And now forward into box number 6. This is someone you just love and adore. Step into box number 6 and feel the feeling of someone, something, a pet, a family member, a friend, of just loving and adoring someone. Feel that heart connection of just loving them. Whether it's a child, a spouse, or your family member or a pet, just feel that feeling of loving them. And take this feeling of loving something and bring it back to the middle. Notice how that's just dropped into your heart now. And just bring it back into the middle star. Just feel this feeling of loving someone and add it to the feeling of wisdom and knowing what to do. Add it to the feeling of your end result. Support from a loved one. The magic of a fictional character and a better outlook on life. And just breathe that in. How does it feel to have all that flexibility? You can just choose to be any one of these. Bring any of these energies in whenever you want. And directly ahead of you, it's you, just one step closer to your end result. It's you giving what you need to give. Step forward into taking that next step. Feel the feeling and momentum of feeling moving forward. Just feel that momentum of moving forward. What is it like to be you just moving forward? Step into box number 7 and just feel it. What does it feel like to be in momentum? It's just you, just a little bit further ahead. So good. take this feeling of forward progress or momentum. Take this feeling back to the start, adding it to everything else. And breathe it all in. And now lastly, box number 8. Step into box number 8 and take yourself way back out to your end of your life. You're looking back at a happy, successful life where you did everything that you chose to do. You were a superconscious creator. You just went for it. You loved and you laughed. You created. You played. You just did it. Feel the feeling of satisfaction. Feel this feeling of a life well lived. What would it be like to be at the end of your days going, yeah, that was the way to do it. That was it. Now bring that feeling back into the middle. And as you do, just claim this position in the future. Just claim it, declare it. Claim this as your way to do life. Claim your new identity, your new focus. You've given this to yourself. And by giving this to yourself, you get to be given something else. You get to be something else. First you give, then you're re-given. When you orientate your life from this perspective, this way, you'll be given different things. And just take a moment to notice all the 8 energies that are around you in all of these boxes. And with your eyes closed, put all of the pieces that you want and join them in the middle star. Allow the energies to flow through you, flow up you, all around you. As you feel all of them, you become them. The satisfaction of you at the end of life, that momentum of moving forward progress, the love for someone else, a wise counselor and their wisdom to give, your family ancestor that supports you, a role model that is in your end result, a fictional character that has magic and a better perspective. And you can take as long as you like, or you can take a few breaths, just sit here in the middle star, feeling it all. You just choose that. Just choose that this is a good way to orientate, and notice how you would go about your day if this is how you are already. Notice how you go about overcoming challenges or creating what you would love. If this is your new identity. And what is obvious about this identity that you need to take forward with you for the rest of today? What is obvious? What is different about this that is going to allow you to do? What's it going to allow you to do? What's different? What are all the things that this will give you? And just sit with this for a minute. And when you're ready, you can take some notes, or you can just sit with it a little longer. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back. If you need to take some notes, you can do that. You can continue to sit with that for a moment. But the first thing you've got to do is give yourself this new way of being. It's not about fixing anything. It's about giving to yourself. Giving to yourself what you choose, what you would love. Give it to yourself first. How's it going to be different for you moving forward now? When you give yourself this new way of being, and you get to give it to the world, this new you, this new focus, this new skill, you're going to get it re-given. Because you must be it first. The internal victory, the invisible victory, precedes the external victory. You first have the victory in the field. You become it. And then it shows up on the outside. And you can just choose it. Choose to position yourself this way. And that brings us to the end of day 3. Let me know in the comment section in the chat box any insights, takeaways, what's landed. How does it feel now to step into who you were always meant to be, to step into this new identity with attributes and wisdom and love that you choose? Let me know how that lands for you. You might want to take a few more minutes just to process, to sit with it, because it can be quite heavy. But I'd love to know your feedback. So put in the comments, how that process was for you. And tomorrow is day 4. Tomorrow is day recode. I'm going to share with you this incredible process that has changed my life. It's changed the life of so many people. I'm going to actually show you how you can recode, rewire your brain. It's going to be an epic session, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you. So make sure you jump on tomorrow live if you can. If you can't, join the Superconscious Entrepreneur community Facebook group to get access to the replay. I'll leave it there. What a great session. Thank you so much for being here. Thank each and every one of you. Love you.